A shy black boy's simple testimony in a minor case unexpectedly dismantles a white attorney's elaborate real estate scam, triggering a judge's explosive meltdown and courtroom chaos as the truth spirals out of control. Muggy air clings to a Charleston courtroom, its wooden paneling and wall seal radiating old Southern charm under dim lights. A fidgety crowd fills the benches, expecting a dull hearing, the restlessness rustling like leaves in the humid hush. Devin Carter, 13, a quiet black boy in a stiff dark suit and white shirt, sits at the witness stand, hands clasped tight. His fingers twist, nerves pulsing. He faces a minor vandalism case tied to his after-school job. Mr. Rawls, his gruff diner owner boss, nods from the gallery, voice low. "Just tell the truth, kid." Sweat beads on Devin's brow as he shifts, the suit too big, a borrowed shield for this stage. Rawls leans forward, his plaid shirt creased. Why does he trust this boy? The seal looms, justice etched in plaster, mocking the tension below. The crowd murmurs, papers crinkling, another routine day, they think. Devin's eyes dart, a quiet storm brewing. What truth does he hold? The stand creaks, wood worn smooth, framing a kid thrust into a spotlight he never sought. Judge Walter Grayson settles at the bench, wiry and white, his black robe draping like dusk as he peers over his glasses. "State your name, young man," he drawls, voice cutting the stillness. Devin rises slightly, mumbling, "Devin Carter, sir." His words barely carry, soft against the room's weight. Attorney Lloyd Hensley, a slick white lawyer in a pinstripe suit, smirks from the plaintiff's table. "This will be quick. Boy is a delinquent." His tone drips, a blade aimed low. Devin shifts, voice soft but steady. "I did not do it, but I saw something." Silence drops, heavy and swift as Grayson leans in, glasses glinting, curiosity sharpening his gaze. The crowd quiets, their fidgeting stilled. What did he see? Hensley's smirk falters, a crack in his polish. Does this shift his play? Devin's hands unclasp, trembling less, his suit stark against the wood. Why speak now? Grayson's fingers tap the bench, a rhythm of intrigue. How does a boy's whisper tilt this room? The seal watches, mute, as a dull case teeters on something raw. Murmurs fade. The crowd leaning forward caught by Devin's quiet claim. "I saw something," he said, a hook in the hush. Hensley adjusts his tie, eyes narrowing. Can he squash this detour? Rawls nods again, a grunt of faith. Does he know what brews? Grayson's lean sharpens, robe rustling. "Quick," Hensley promised. But this stretches thin. Devin's voice, soft as it is, carves space. What hides in that sight? The paneling glows, steeped in charm, a backdrop to a spark no one foresaw. Heat presses as the courtroom holds, Devin's white shirt bright, a boy out of place yet rooted. Grayson's glasses catch light, his curiosity a live wire. Delinquent, Hensley labeled him, but something shifts. The crowd waits, breath held, a routine hearing cracking open. Did he do it, or does he hold more? Rawls's nod lingers, a tether to trust. What truth waits in Devin's grip? The stand steadies him, his mumble now a thread pulling tight, promising a tale where a quiet kid dares to stir Charleston's charm. Neon diner signs flicker over Charleston's bustling downtown, casting pink and blue across cobblestone streets. Devin, 12, sweeps the diner floor after school, earbuds dangling, humming low under the clatter of plates. His broom scrapes steady, a rhythm to keep the world out. A voiceover slips in, quiet but firm. "I have been helping Mr. Rawls since Mom got sick. Keeps us afloat. I see stuff, but I do not talk much." Outside, shady suits haggle near the window, voices sharp. Devon glances, then shrugs, pushing dust into a pile. Broom bristles scratch as neon hums, the diner a lifeline. Why does he stay so quiet? Rawls bangs a pot in the back, his gruff shadow looming. Does he see Devon's watchfulness? Suit's gesture, hands flashing cash. How much slips past this kid? His earbuds dangle, music a shield, but his eyes catch edges. Stuff, he said, a vault unopened. The cobblestones gleam, wet from a passing rain, framing a boy sweeping through a world he holds at arm's length. Steam rises from a grill as present-day Devon leans on the diner counter, Rawls wiping his hands on a rag. The boss grumbles, voice rough. Hensley is suing me, says I trashed his client's lot. They pinned it on you. Devon frowns, suit stiff from court, white shirt creased. I was there that night. I saw a guy in a fancy car, not me. Rawls sighs, tossing the rag. Tell it straight in court. His eyes bore in. Can this kid carry that weight? The diner hums, a haven now a battle line. A flashback flares, night cloaks the lot, Hensley laughing with a client near a shiny sedan, his pinstripe suit catching streetlight. He tosses a brick, casual, glass shattering as they chuckle. Devon blinks from the shadows, earbuds out, frozen. That is him. The scene snaps back. Rawls nods, slow and heavy. Does he believe the boy's sight? Devon's frown deepens, hands in pockets. What does straight mean against that laugh? The counter gleams, neon buzzing, a truth taking root in the quiet. Dishes clink as Rawls turns away, the diner's bustle a shield. Hensley's suit, a brick, a car, how does it tie? Devon stares at the floor, the night replaying. Why pin him for this? The flashback burns, Hensley's smirk, the client's nod. Whose lot broke under that toss? Rawls's sigh lingers, a plea and a push. Court looms, a test for a kid who sees. The cobblestones outside glisten, a path from sweeping to standing. Can he name that man? Heat presses as the diner clock ticks, Devon's suit a weight he shrugs under. Fancy car, he said, a thread to pull. Rawls flips a burger, his grumble fading. Tell it straight. A charge to a boy who hums over words. The flashback's brick cracks again in Devon's mind. Hensley, the lawyer, the vandal. How deep does this reach? Neon flickers, casting his shadow long, a quiet witness stepping into a fight. The streets pulse beyond, pulling the viewer into a backstory where a broom hides a gaze that could break a lie. A slow simmer builds in the Charleston courtroom on day one, muggy air thickening under the wooden paneling's gleam. Attorney Lloyd Hensley paces, pinstripe suit sharp, waving a photo of a smashed lot sign, jagged glass, bent metal. He paints Devon as a reckless kid, voice oily, caught red-handed. Devon shifts on the stand, dark suit stiff and pipes up. That is not what happened. I saw a man throw something from a car. Hensley snorts, arms crossed. Fantasies. Judge Walter Grayson raps his gavel, sharp. Stick to facts, son. Devon nods, white shirt crisp, voice soft but clear. It was a silver car. License plate started with X. The gallery murmurs, a ripple breaking the simmer. X, he said, a crack in the tail. Hensley's smirk twitches, eyes darting. Does that detail sting? Grayson peers over his glasses, gavel still. Facts, he demanded, but this tilts the frame. Rawls watches from the gallery, plaid shirt taut. Can his kid hold this line? The seal looms, charm fading as a boy's words stir the pot. Hensley recovers, pivoting fast, his voice rising. He is lying to dodge blame. His finger jabs, suit gleaming under lights. Grayson squints, robe rustling. We will dig deeper. Recess. The gavel bangs, wood echoing as the crowd spills out, their buzz electric with doubt. Devon steps down, suit creased, hands unclenching. What digs deeper here? Hensley glares, smirk gone. Can he bury this X? The paneling steams, a slow burn flaring. Whose truth bends now? Outside, humidity clings to the courthouse steps as Miss Fay, a nosy diner regular, corners Devon, her floral dress flapping. She whispers, voice low, Hensley has been flipping lots, owns half the block. That plate sounds familiar. Her eyes glint, a gossip's gold, X, she knows it, a thread unspooling. Devon's white and dark suit stark against the stone. He set this up? Fay nods, sly. How much does she hold? The crowd thins, their chatter fading. What ties a plate to a lawyer's game? Steps creak as Devon stands frozen, Fay's whisper sinking in. Flipping lots, half the block. A setup bigger than a sign. Hensley's pivot replays. Lying, he roared, but X shifts the weight. Rawls lingers nearby, silent. Does he sense the turn? Fay adjusts her purse, her tip a spark. Familiar, she said, whose car gleams silver. Devon's hands flex, suit a shield. Can he wield this clue? The courthouse looms, its charm masking a fight brewing beyond a boy's quiet stand. Sun dips as the recess hums, Devon's eyes sharp, Hensley's smirk, Grayson's squint, Fay's nod, pieces snapping fast. The gallery's murmur lingers, X on a plate, a fact sticking hard. Will it crack the case? Fay drifts off, leaving him with a bomb. Set this up, he asked. How deep does it run? Grayson's call to dig echoes, a judge poised to unearth. Whose dirt surfaces first? The steps hold Devon, a turning point carved in a regular's hunch, pulling the viewer into a simmer ready to boil over Charleston's charm. Dusk settles over the diner, neon signs buzzing as Devon hunches at a booth the night before day 2, sketching a car on a napkin. His pencil scratches, a silver Lexus, sleek, matching Hensley's ride from a casual chat weeks back. Rawls looms over, plaid shirt taut, nodding slow. That is his scam. Trash lots, buy cheap. His voice rumbles, a gruff seal on the hunch. Devon grips the napkin, dark suit shed for a hoodie, eyes glinting. Tomorrow is going to be wild. The sketch trembles. Can a drawing topple a suit? Grease sizzles as Rawls flips a burger. The diner quiet save for their plot. Lexus X7K. How does it fit? Devon's grip tightens, napkin creasing. Wild, he said, a vow to the night. The neon flickers casting his sketch in pink. Why risk this leap? Rawls's nod lingers, faith in a kid's eyes. What bruise beyond that brick? The cobblestones outside gleam, a stage set for madness, a boy's hunch sharpening into a blade. Order collapses into madness in the courthouse on day 2, the muggy room a furnace as Devon takes the stand, hands clasped. His voice cuts through, calm. Mr. Hensley did not just sue us. He trashed that lot himself. Hensley leaps up, pinstripe suit flapping, roaring, outrageous! Judge Walter Grayson snaps, glasses fogging. Proof, boy! Devon holds steady, white shirt stark. Silver Lexus, plate X7K, check his garage. I saw him throw the brick. The gallery gasps. X7K, a bomb dropped soft. Hensley stammers, face red, but Grayson loses it, fists raised. You are accusing a lawyer on a hunch. His shout shakes the bench, robe billowing as papers fly. Devon nods, unshaken. Check his garage, he said. Does it hold? Hensley flails, words tripping. Can he dodge this arrow? The crowd buzzes, a simmer boiling over. Brick, Lexus, a kid's claim shredding calm. Grayson's gavel teeters. Proof or insanity? Where lands the truth? Miss Fay stands, floral dress bold, voice piercing. I saw that car, too. Chaos erupts. Onlookers yell. Chairs scrape. Hensley lunges at the stand. Lies. Deputies scramble, grabbing his arms as Grayson bangs his gavel off the bench, wood splintering. This is insanity. The room spins, shouts clashing, Faye's echo, Devon's calm. Whose sight prevails? Papers litter the floor, the seal tilting. How does a boy's napkin ignite this? Screams peak as Hensley twists, deputies pinning him, his suit a rag in the fray. Grayson's fists drop, gavel useless. Insanity, he roared. But X7K sticks. Faye sits, smug. Saw it too, she swore. How many eyes back Devon now? The stand steadies him, hands still clasped. Lexus, brick, a quiet, stand-shattering order. Onlookers roar, some clapping. Will the garage crack Hensley's game? Madness reigns, pulling the viewer into a climax where a teen's truth snaps a lawyer's throne. Chaos crowning a kid's wild dawn. Afternoon sun beats down on the Charleston courthouse steps. A stunned hush settling over the crowd as dust swirls. Cops roll up, silver Lexus in tow. Brick dust coats the trunk, a silent confession pulled from Hensley's garage. His scam unravels, vandalism staged to flip properties, a web of greed snagged by a kid's eye. Judge Walter Grayson stomps out, red-faced, robe flapping, and mutters to Devon, "You are a menace and a marvel." His glasses glint, grudging awe in his growl. Rawls slaps Devon's back, plaid shirt damp. "Saved the diner, kid." Cheers break the hush as Grayson retreats, his mutter lingering. Menace marvel, a judge bent by a boy's stand. Devon shifts, dark suit stiff, white shirt bright. Can he grasp this win? Rawls's hand lingers, heavy with relief. How close did the diner teeter? The Lexus gleams, dust damming Hensley's game. Whose lots fall next? Cops mill about, the crowd whispering. Brick dust, they say, a truth dusted off by Devon's napkin sketch. The steps hum, a victory carved in Charleston's muggy air. Voices rise as Rawls grins, rare and wide. Saved, he said, a lifeline from a teen's quiet watch. Grayson's red face fades into the courthouse, his marvel a crown Devon wears light. The crowd parts, some nodding. How does a kid undo a suit? Hensley's scam crumbles, properties unclaimed. Does it stop here? The seal looms above, charm cracked, a witness to a menace turned marvel. Afternoon deepens, shadows stretching, a hush yielding to a block's quiet roar. Neon flickers as news vans swarm downtown, cameras flashing, a reporter's voice sharp. Boys' words sink attorney. Headlines blaze, Hensley's deals collapse, his flipped lots seized, a lawyer sunk by a whisper. The block celebrates, cobblestones alive with chatter, diner doors flung wide. Devon stands outside, suit jacket off, white shirt loose, grinning faintly. His hands rest in pockets, the day's weight lifting. How does it feel to break a titan? The sign glows, a beacon saved its hum a song of his stand. Reporters shout, their buzz a wave. Words, they say, Devon's soft claim toppling Hensley's throne. The block pulses, kids darting, vendors clapping. Whose cheer lifts loudest? His grin holds, faint but true. What brews behind it? With the scam dust settled. Rawls flips a burger inside, the diner bustling. Saved, he swore, a debt to a boy's sight. The news loops, Hensley's fall a tale. How far does this ripple? Cobblestones shine, wet from a hose, framing a teen who turned a hearing dull into a block's win. Steps echo as the crowd thins. Devon alone by the diner, his faint grin a seal on the fight. Grayson's marvel echoes, menace turned hero while Rawls's slap replays. A boss's trust proved right. The news blares on, his name a spark across Charleston. Attorney sunk, they chant. His jacket hangs inside, the suit shed. Words, not fists, broke this game. The block celebrates, neon steady, pulling the viewer into a close where a quiet kid's truth turns a street's tide, his grin hinting at peace reclaimed. Below is a 600-word script for your provided outline, covering final emotional moment, 2 to 3 minutes, at the diner counter and on a quiet street at dusk. It adheres to all guidelines, ensuring clarity, emotional depth, and closure without contractions, jargon, or specified phrases. Grease pops on the grill as Devon stands at the diner counter, flipping burgers beside Rawls, the neon signs casting pink over their aprons. Rawls chuckles, a rare rumble shaking his chest. "You are a quiet storm, huh?" His plaid shirt stretches as he nudges Devon, eyes glinting with pride. Devon shrugs, dark suit swapped for a t-shirt, voice low. "Just said what I saw." His spatula scrapes, steady and sure, a boy at ease in the chaos he quelled. The diner hums, its bustle soft, a haven reclaimed. Sizzle fills the air as Rawls flips a patty, his chuckle fading. Quiet Storm, he named him, a truth in the gruff. Devon's shrug brushes it off, but his hands move with purpose. Why does he downplay this? Plates clatter, the counter worn smooth. How much did his sight save? Rawls watches, a grin tugging. Does he see the depth in this kid? The neon buzzes, pink and blue dancing over a scene of calm, a storm stilled by a whisper. Steam rises as Devon slides a burger to a plate. The diner alive with chatter, his words, Rawls's trust, a bond forged in grease. The counter steadies them, a perch after the fray. What brews beneath his shrug? Rawls's chuckle lingers, a boss turned friend. Quiet, he said, but loud enough to break a scam. The grill hisses, the night outside pressing in, pulling them toward a dusk where Devon walks alone. Dusk paints a quiet Charleston street in purples, cobblestones gleaming as Devon heads home, hands in pockets. He pauses by Mom's old flower shop, its faded sign still legible, now safe from Hensley's grabs, a relic he fought to keep. "For you," he whispers, voice soft, a breeze carrying it to the glass. A soft smile breaks through, white shirt catching the last light, eyes tracing the shop's lines. The street lies still, a hush wrapping his vow, a boy's heart laid bare. Shadows stretch as Devon stands, the shop's windows dark. Safe, he made it, a gift to a mom gone. His whisper drifts, for you, a thread to her memory. How much did she fuel this fight? The smile holds, soft but firm. Why now, after all? Cobblestones gleam, wet from dusk's dew. Does this quiet storm rest here? The shop stands firm, a bloom spared by his stand, its silence a canvas for his gentle claim. Footsteps echo faint as Devon lingers, the street empty, dusk deepening around him. Rawls's words replay, quiet storm, a mantle he wears light. For you, he pledged. What else beats in that hush? The shop's sign sways, a ghost of her touch. How long has he carried this? His smile glows, a crack in his calm, a sun's wind shining through. The night falls full, pulling the viewer into a close where a boy's soft words turn a storm to peace, a street holding his heart's bloom. Morning sun warms a Charleston newsstand, papers flapping as a reporter stands amid cobblestone clatter, her voice brimming. She gushes. Devon Carter, 13, turned a whisper into a wrecking ball, toppling a scam with plain truth. Her hands wave, headlines bold beside her. Hensley's fall, lots reclaimed, a boy's stand in ink. The tale spills out, a quiet kid's words now a city's shout. Her eyes gleam, awe lacing each syllable. Wrecking ball, she says, a spark that shattered Charleston's game. Vendors call as she speaks, their rhythm weaving through. Whisper, she claims, a truth too loud to miss. Papers sell fast, locals nodding. How does a boy flip their streets? The stand buzzes, cobblestones wet from dawn. Does his honesty shift this charm? Her gush peaks, one scam down, a city stirred. The sun rises higher, casting the newsstand as a herald. Whose slip comes next? Her grin holds a bridge to a diner where Devon wipes on. Light streams through the diner's windows, neon humming as Devon moves between tables, rag in hand, dark suit swapped for a t-shirt. He glances up, white shirt catching a ray. If you see wrong, say it. Simple. His voice stays soft, steady, a creed carved from the fray. A voiceover rises clear and firm. One boy's honesty flipped a courtroom and a city's game. The rag scrapes, tables gleaming, a quiet storm at work in a space he saved. Cloth slides as Devon wipes, the diner bustling. Simple, he said, a rule from a kid who saw. Rawls flips a burger, his grunt a backdrop. How far does that honesty stretch? The voiceover binds his words to the streets. One flip, it says, truth cracking a throne. His glance lifts, eyes sharp. Wrong, he named it. What else waits? The neon glows, pink over wood, a haven rebuilt by a whisper turned loud. Steps creak as Devon nears the door, flipping the open sign with a flick, peering out at the street. His voice breaks the hum, steady. Who is next to slip up? The glass reflects his sly grin, white shirt stark against dusk's creep. The street stretches, cobblestones aglow. Next, he asks, a dare to the shadows. His grin holds, a quiet king eyeing his block. Whose game falters now? The screen fades, his face the last light, pulling the viewer into a future poised to shift. Grease pops as the diner fades, Rawls's shadow lingering. Say it, Devon urged, a call echoing wide. The newsstand's gush replays, wrecking ball, a boy's truth remaking charm. The sign swings, open, to a city stirred. Slip up, he mused. What eyes catch next? His grin slyly seals it, a spark ready to flare. Where does Simple strike? The street glows, dusk deepens, the fade locking a conclusion that opens. Honesty flipped, the voiceover swore, daring the wronged to rise. Charleston hums, framing a teen whose whisper broke a game, pulling the viewer into a dawn where his lens hunts anew.